I could walk in the street all day long. Yeah, get out of here. F out of here. Don't touch nobody. I can check on the car all I want.
Back up. I said stop coming up
Bro,
now.
Bro, stop touching me, bro. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. This is the people's fucking car. If I want to check on the car, I have the right to. Stop touching me, man. You gonna let him keep touching me? You want CCRB? I'm going up. Move out the way. Go in your car. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. So back the fuck up. So back the fuck up. Go in your car, bro. Get in your car. You're dismissed. You're dismissed. Get the fuck out of here. For what? For what? For checking up on... Don't touch me. I didn't commit a crime. I didn't commit a crime. I did not commit a crime. For what crime? Call your supervisor right now. I'm demanding a supervisor. Call your supervisor right now. For what?
If I ain't breaking the law, you're just a regular Joe like me.
Yeah, I play with the police too much for me, man. Trailhand Bill, reporting live from South Florida. Miami to be exact tonight, guys. I'm working on something, man. It's heartbreaking. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I found this gem though, so I say, you know, in the meantime, man, you know, the other videos I do a lot of more editing to and things like that, man. I just wanted to speak about this real quick because I've mentioned it several times in my videos, and let me be clear, man. If I had to gauge myself against other men, if I had to gauge and measure myself against other humans, I promise you, God would tell you, ask him. I'm always at the bottom of the list, man. Now, I don't mean that I think people are just like better than me in the sense that I'm just nothing, right? I'm just like one of those people who are always down on themselves, etc. That's not it. That's not it, man. I see a lot more in others than I see in me, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? And that's fine because I see things in me as well, and God is faithful. But I do see things a lot differently than others, and sometimes that comes off as if I think I'm better than others, and that is absolutely not the case. I want to say that. Now, we're going to watch that full video of that small clip, and I didn't talk a lot. We're going to watch the full video, and then we're going to come back and we're going to discuss it. I don't know what to tell you guys about this, so you tell me what to think.
I don't know where they're going. They don't got their sirens on. They just got their lights on. 341-920. Let's see what they got in here. There's some paperwork.
Get away from my car.
Don't touch me. You have no reason. Don't touch me.
Get away from my car.
Don't touch me.
Go on the sidewalk.
Don't touch me.
Go on the sidewalk.
Go on the sidewalk.
Bro, stop touching me. Go on the sidewalk. Stop touching me. You have no reason to touch me. Don't touch me. What law am I breaking? Don't touch me. What am I being detained for? What crime am I being detained for? Stop touching me. Stop touching me. What crime are you touching me for?
Sir,
Stop touching me. Stop touching me. I'm on the sidewalk. Why are you touching me? Why are you touching me? Stop touching me. I can walk anywhere I want. I'm on the sidewalk. Stop touching me, bro. Stop touching me. I can defend myself. You have no reason to touch me. The f*** out of here, you stupid. Why are you touching me? Why are you touching me? No, you approaching me. Stop touching me, bro. What's your name, Mena? Stop touching me, Mena. And you got 3 stripes on your arm. You like to touch me for no reason? You stupid.
Why are you coming up to my...
Because I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Stop touching me. You in my face.
Stop getting in my face.
Break contact. Go back to what you was doing. A free citizen.
You want us to discount him?
For what? Free speech in America? You want to violate my rights? Because I'll sue you, bro. For free speech? While I'm recording?
Stop.
While I'm recording?
Stop walking into the road.
Why? I'm not impeding.
You're not allowed to.
Yes, I can.
Yes,
This
you
is
are.
look.
Somebody could have hit you.
Somebody can hit me? If they hit me, they hitting you. Make it make sense.
I said stop.
What's the law? What law is it?
You can't be coming in the street.
This is not the street, it's the parking lot. It's right here, it's the driveway.
That's the driveway, exactly.
I'm not impeding traffic. I can stand in the street all I want. You saying that people can't walk in the street? You saying that we can't walk in the street? A public street? I can't walk in a public street?
No, you cannot.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I'm not impeding traffic. Your car's right there. So if I'm impeding traffic, you're impeding traffic. Make it make sense. I'm not stopping no cars. What are you saying? What are you saying? I'm not impeding traffic. I could walk in the street all day long. What if I'm scared of sidewalks? I could walk in the street all day long. Yeah, get out of here. Fuck out of here. Don't touch nobody. I can check on the car all I want.
Back up. I said stop coming up
Bro.
now.
Bro, stop touching me, bro. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. This is the people's car. If I want to check on the car, I have the right to. Stop touching me, man. You gonna let him keep touching me? You want CCRB? I'm going up. Move out the way. Go in your car. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. So back the fuck up. So back the fuck up. Go in your car, bro. Get in your car. You're dismissed. You're dismissed. Get the fuck out of here. For what? For what? For checking up on... Don't touch me. I didn't commit a crime. I didn't commit a crime. I did not commit a crime. For what crime? Call your supervisor right now. I'm demanding a supervisor. Call your supervisor right now. For what? Freedom of speech? For what crime?
Keep on walking up.
What crime? I'm checking up on the cars. Okay. I have a right to do that. Call your supervisor right now. Call your supervisor right now.
When you come,
Call your supervisor right now. I can check on the car all I want.
stop.
Call your supervisor.
Put your hands behind your back.
Call your supervisor.
Put.
Yes, you are resisting. Just get the other car.
Look, man. I'm a very timid individual. And we definitely gonna come back to that, Lord willing. But first, let's play how many games do these domestic terrorists play? Am I the only one who caught it in the end when the striped guy, I don't know what, his rank was because GGA didn't say, but he already began to fabricate in his mind, the lie that he was going to put on the police report. He was like, and then he caught himself. But he was already formulating in his head what lie he was going to tell to arrest this guy, man. It's crazy. The mission of the New York City Police Department is to enhance the quality of life in New York City by working in partnership with the community to enforce the law, preserve peace, protect the people, reduce fear, and maintain order. And I'm hoping that you guys see on the side of the patrol vehicle courtesy, professionalism, and where the hell was the respect, man? So much to say about this video. NYPD. You are attacking citizens in public. I don't know how much that is doing and how far that goes to reduce fear. I said we're going to play how many games do these terrorist cops play, these domestic terrorists play, that walk up in my face and then pretend I'm in your face. And then I back up 5, 6, 7, 8 steps and then you walk in my face again and then threaten me with legal penalties as if I'm in your face. I don't play those kind of games. The said he don't even care about formal complaints. I wonder why. And then you pretend to care about this gentleman getting hit in the streets when you really should have been arresting your rogue ass partner, your subordinate, for assaulting a tax-paying citizen. NYPD. This is not news to anybody in America, sir. But you, domestic terrorist motherfuckers, got major problems. And you need to be checked by someone who actually displays courtesy, professionalism, and respect to other human beings. Because that's what decent people do. Whether it's their career or their moral integrity that demands it. Career or moral integrity demanding it. You sanctioned gang members don't have either of those problems, do you? GGA, my dear friend. Respectfully, sir, I think the guy caught you by surprise. I think he wounded your pride as much as he would have wounded many of our prides in that situation. And from there, you put your life in a very precarious situation. And maybe that was not absolutely necessary. Let's talk. I was admitting how timid I am. Just today, man, I stopped by Panera, man. One of my go-to spots, and I was in there, and one of the gentlemen, if you've seen my lives, man, you see my attire, you see how I carry myself. I wear a hoodie. I wear a full face mask. The face mask is kind of a new thing, you know, this year, but I've been wearing a hoodie, man, for like 5-6 years. We'll get to that maybe in the future, Lord willing. But what I'm saying is I see my appearance, and I tell people, man, if I saw somebody walk in a room, a venue, an area, you know, anywhere I'm at like that, dressed like I'm dressed, you know what I mean, just my face and the hoodie, I would definitely be observing that person, right? So I don't mind when people observe me. It's a crazy and very dangerous world we live in these days. You have to be concerned about, you know, your safety and the safety of any of your immediate loved ones you may have with you in the vicinity. And, you know, some of our hearts and minds also extend to those around us, you know what I mean, that we may or may not even know. So, I mean, there's just a lot to, you know, keep your eyes and mind on these days. And so I personally don't and can't have any problem whatsoever with observant people. I'm one of them myself. So anyway, I'm saying all that to say I don't mind when you're checking me out, you know what I mean? But there's a I guess I'll say there's a line of propriety there where you cross a line between observing and just being rude. And so anyway, that happened to me today at Panera. A young gentleman was, you know, he watched me from one end of the store to the other one, and I didn't mind at first. When I get to the other end of the store 3 to 5 minutes later and you're still watching me while you're speaking with someone else, you're side-eyeing me and looking back at them, now we got a problem. So anyway, I kindly and politely, I went up to the gentleman. I do this as often as is necessary, you know what I mean, and I feel like it. And I told him, I said, yo, bro, do we know each other or something like that? Or do you need to say something? What's going on here? And then he tried to give me the little, he's not even a cop, but he tried to give me the human explaining, right? Well, no. And I said, no, we're not going to do that, sir. I'm usually more polite than this, but I'm going to be still polite, but just a little more straightforward than I am commonly. So what's going on, big dog? Because you watch me from one side of the store to the other one, you know what I mean? And that's very rude, and you shouldn't be rude to people. And he kept stumbling and stuff, but I walked away and I said, yo, bro, don't be rude. He said, yo, I got you, man. So, and I noticed when I walked off that not 1 ounce of fear was struck in me from this guy. He was smaller than me. None of this matters, but I'm just trying to give you context. He was smaller than me. He was more timid during the conversation than I was. Everything, right? He was the one backtracking. If we would have been, you know what I mean, in each other's shoes, I would have told him, like, yo, bro, you know what? I was tripping, man, but I was watching you because of such. I ain't mean no harm, my bad. You right, you know what I mean? But he wouldn't even speak his mind. So I'm just saying, like, there was nothing there to give me fear. But when I walked away, I realized how terrified I was in that encounter. And it wasn't because of him. It was because of where people can take me if you press the wrong buttons. Now, I've said this before in a video, and I want to reiterate it here. I'm not this big bag tough guy. I've had my altercations in life, verbal and otherwise, and I'm not one of those guys who can say I won all of them. But I am me, and God made me a man, and that's what I am. So I'm going to be that in whatever circumstances I'm able to by God's grace. And once you push certain buttons, there are different types of appearances of my manhood that you're gonna see. I'm talking about this damn video, man. I've told y'all in video after video after video, if you've seen me live, you see how I interact, not only with government agents, but with people, period, man. I was raised a certain way. My granddad and grandma, mom and dad and aunts and uncles, man, they don't play that kind of, man. I'm from the South. We are, like, really respectful. That Southern hospitality is real. Sometimes it's fraud, but it's still there. And I told y'all I don't play with people, and I definitely don't play with power-tripping government agents, because what ends up happening in situations like this, now a few things I want to say about this video, and I'm going to get out of here. First thing I'm going to say, as soon as that cop put his hands on me, I'm just telling you, not because I'm tough and I'm bad, it's just because my character is built a certain way. My character is derived a certain way. My character emanates a certain way, right? My character navigates life a certain way, and sometimes it gets me in trouble. But as soon as he would have put his hands on me, that would have probably been one of two options, man. By reflex, even if I would have thought about it 10 times later, and the 2 seconds after it was over with, reflexively, I would have either spit in his face or out of him. I promise you. And not because he's a cop. That would have added an extra layer of how, you know what I mean, tough I and how hard I'm telling you, that would have added extra layer because, like they say, there are extenuating circumstances, but I don't know too many people, man, woman, probably child. That's who it would have to be. But if you grown and you putting your hands on me like that and I haven't put my hands on you, you got problems and I got problems. And I don't know who it's going to end bad for, but for me, to prevent that for you and me, and I mean, when I say you, I'm talking about 100% of humanity and myself, I will go to the extremes to keep us out of situations like that. That's why you hear me say things like, they passed a law, Ron DeSantis down here in Florida, that you had to be 20 or 25 feet away from first responders while they're at emergency scenes. Just a couple of weeks ago, I detailed it in the video. You can check it out. And I said, okay, I had my feelings about that, that statute, but it didn't really bother me as a person because I give them that anyway because I don't want to give them any inkling that they can come up on me like this cop did and play with me. Now, I know this auditor. I've been watching him for years. At a point in time when I first started watching auditors on YouTube, he was my numero uno favorite. No doubt, I told him on multiple occasions. And it was because the guy was articulate, he was sharp, and most importantly, he was kind and he was respectful the entire time. No matter who he was engaging, no matter who he was educating, no matter who he was auditing. That was his signature. Cordiality and respectfulness, no matter what. And over time, I'll say this kindly, I'm not the only one who said it. I mentioned it to him on several occasions. I don't know what happened. He got a little more ferocious. Now, I don't hold that against him because I also know the guy's been doing it for years. And it's like being in a bad relationship, right? The more you deal with that person, like, you're not going to respond as well as you did when you first start dealing with the things that upset you. So he's had on camera some horrible experiences with cops, with the officers, were not only brutalizing him and other citizens in his presence, they were definitely responsible for it and 100% wrong because the guy was doing nothing. So after a while, that will take your congeniality. Did I say that word right? And morph it into a warehouse full of middle fingers. I mean, it's human nature, man. And, we got to guard ourselves against those types of things. So when I mentioned that was additions to the way that he presented himself in his cop watching and all, and I want to be fair and say, I don't want to just act like he just went out the window. The guy, there's context there always, right? Okay. I myself have walked up to officers in their cars like he did in this video. So this very well could have been me. I would tell you something that I do differently, a little differently, and I don't do it just because they're cops. This is how I engage humans. It's because of how I was raised. It's because I'm a Christian and the principles that Christ ordains that we live by, and he himself walked out practically, man. Even when I do that, man, I'm being the utmost, I'm going out of my way to be respectful. So if I'm walking up even behind cops and I'm recording the cars, I'm going to be like, I'm going to back up a little bit once I get toward the window where they're at, because bro, it's just a respect thing, man. I don't want you that close to me, even though you got a right to be. I have a major problem with that when I'm standing in line checking out at retail stores and people will get right. You will think that we're married or something, or watch next time you go to the store, watch how close some people get to each other. If you're one of those people, back the hell up, man. You don't know the people like that. Give them their space. People trying to be polite and hurry up and get out of line so they don't have to say nothing to you because you might be a crazy trying to kill them. But I'm just saying, like, I just would have gave them that space, and I think that would have been a little less intrusive. Now, and I'm doing that so you can obviously know my presence. Once you obviously know my presence, then you in public, big dog. And that's why I say you jump out that car, you put your hands on me like that, and I've done that before, so it could have been me. It's probably going to be problems. So for me, I just go out of my way to give them, what they got going. And not just cops, but any human. The extra and, the extenuating circumstances, because I already feel a way towards certain demographics of people, and cops are one of them, government agents are one of them, because I know y'all try to bully people like this guy did in this video. And that's why I say, him putting his hands on me would have been enough. But just in case I would have been thinking in that moment, which I probably wouldn't have been, I would have on him in his face. I'm talking about lug it as hard as I can, because now I really want, since you putting your hands on me, that's very disrespectful. I'm going to disrespect you a little bit more. If you're a guy, you know about this. You had kind of like issues with a guy, you'd be like, I wouldn't even punch you. You're not even worth a punch. You know what I mean? That, like, if you put your hands on me, I'm gonna spit in your face. Now what? Now, dude, if you even look like you going, like, you upped it, I showed you, you ain't bucking nothing here. If you even look like you about to take, I guess it's gonna go how it's gonna go. I'm not talking tough, guys. I'm talking natural human nature here. Which, if I'm being fair, I think that's what this cop was operating in, which is no excuse. Literally just had this conversation with the Miami sergeant, Miami-Dade police sergeant yesterday. I'm not going to detail it to you guys, but at the end of the day, this is the bottom line. We're all human when you're on your job, right? Sorry, it's the bottom line, the world we live in. You have to mix your humanity with your professionalism very well. And if one of them is going to shine through, when you're on your job, we all know it's supposed to be your professionalism, right? And you cannot ever, nobody alive except government agents have jobs where you can put your hands on other people, be it your coworkers, the public at large, or anybody else, and not at least get fired, very probably and possibly go to jail yourself. Nobody can do that but government agents. And that's where that extra oomph will come from. I would think not only are you disrespecting me and trying me, you're doing it because you think you're some type of bully and you can get away with it. Well, once again, I guess the hell is going to go how it's going to go out here today for all of us. But rewind. I'm always thinking first. Let me do everything I can not to put myself or them in that situation, because if they don't value their lives, I definitely don't think my life is worth destroying by some rogue terrorist pigs who some fake bullies, because you ain't no bully. And I don't want to get hyper emotional right now because there's so much I want to say. My next point is this right here, guys. Once they put their hands on you, or whatever happens in that situation where it goes too far, qualified immunity check, they got them. They trust me, they already got that. They ain't even thinking about that. They know it's so sure for them. But once it goes to that level where they may even need to pull that out, if you document it well enough and press the issue well enough, once it goes to that level, you have to be sure what you're trying to do. Because the thing that happened in this video is my opinion. This guy was pressing buttons. His button got pressed back harder, and he was fake. After his button got pressed back harder, he was fake pressing. I don't mean no disrespect. I'm telling you, if it was me, I would have to describe it just like that. I've had those moments where whatever, dude. So the cop is putting his hands on him. He's screaming and hollering and cursing, but you're not doing anything, brother. And I say this to him, this is an old event, guys. This isn't new. It came across my timeline. This is something I often mention. And I said, this is a perfect opportunity for me to talk about it. Bro, you playing yourself, man. At that point, you needed to walk away. That's all you needed to do. You need to walk away because you weren't willing to take it as far as they were. And it culminated with that point being proven when you were still standing there doing nothing but screaming, hollering, and yelling. I don't mean no disrespect, but that's what was going on. While that cop was illegally he was criminal in that moment several times while he was assaulting and battering you. I don't know what the charge and the statute is in New York. But the only thing your ass was standing there doing, bro, was what you were doing from the moment he jumped out that car and committed that criminal act against you. Screaming, hollering, yelling, and cursing. And what did that get you? Arrested. Spoiler, guys. He got out. I don't know how this case ended, but that time he said, the courts didn't want to drop the charges, so he's going to take it to trial. My point in reviewing this video is, man, some of us, I started the video saying, y'all, I'm going to end it because we are collective in many ways. In many ways we're not, but in many ways we are. Play with the cops too much, man. I just profiled Morgan Branch. I'm sorry, I keep messing that lady's last name. Up there in Kentucky, the cops literally almost killed this lady, snatching her out of her moving vehicle while her kids were in the back. And she was telling them, the vehicle is moving, I'm the only thing that's controlling it. And y'all steady they didn't give one damn. They killed Robert Dotson in New Mexico. Went to the wrong damn house to serve a search warrant of what the hell ever was going on. The man came out because it was the middle of the damn night. He didn't know what the hell was going on, and he defended his house. Thinking somebody was trying to rob him, started shooting. They murdered the man. No charges whatsoever. I can go on and on and on and on and on. It is not a game. These people are not your friends. And while you're out there kikiing, ha-haing, thinking, oh, I'm going to match their energy, but once they ramp it up a little bit, you got set down. Like I've, in my instant regret videos where we see people putting these rogues in check over and over and over again, to the cops' complete surprise because they think everybody is just going to bow down. Good guy, audits activism now has plenty of videos where he's checking cops and, control freak private citizens as he should. The guy got plenty of good content out there, right? But what are you going to do when somebody presses your buttons and it goes that far? What I'm trying to tell you is this is not a game. Therefore, it is not that damn serious for some YouTube clicks and views for you to be out there playing with your damn life and freedom. And if you're not playing with your life and freedom, then maybe, I mean, I'm just sorry, guys. I'm kind of radical like that. While I'm trying to be a thoughtful radical, but I have a radical bug in me that needs probably some calming down. But if you are with it, then I need to see it on camera, because y'all be out there popping and flexing too. I don't need to see you hollering at this cop. Man, don't put your hands on me. He put his hands on you repeatedly and you didn't do a damn thing. But I mean, come on. I don't want to disrespect you. There are so many colorful ways I could describe how, instead of actually doing something about it practically, like you would, your physical energy didn't match your verbal energy, you just turn to the stripe and ask him to assist you. I could have said that in so many colorful ways. I don't want anybody to misinterpret this for me disrespecting this dude, because I think the message here may be one of the most important that I've ever given in one of my videos. Not that I'm anybody you need to listen to, but hell, you can learn a lot from a dummy. Take it how you want to. Don't put yourself in those situations unless that's where you're ready to go. And if you're ready to go there to those situations, then hell, showcase it when the situations get to that, level. I don't need to see you powering down. But I would suggest humbly, don't even put yourself in those type situations, man, because there are better ways to handle it, you know what I mean? And when it's time to get that radical, and maybe it is now, we're just sleeping on it, but I think when it's time to get that radical, whether we do it as a collective, whether you do it individually in your own life or whatever, in any purpose, I'm not just talking about when we're dealing with government agents, I think you'll know, you know what I mean? And then however it goes, if you were looking back from the other side of it, you wouldn't have as many regrets. You know what I mean? It's something that you just randomly walking through your day, you know what I mean, handling your business. Next thing you know, a man is assaulting you, disrespecting you. You can't do a damn thing about it. Or if you do something about it, it's going to turn out much horribly than what you had in mind when you were just strolling down the street minding your day. Guys, I'm just trying to say be prepared. I preach a lot in my videos. I don't mean to, but you don't need to be getting yourself in situations like this. And if you do get yourself in a situation like this, that was one highlight that GGA said in this video that stood out to me, and it is the attitude I approach not only government agents but everybody with. No matter how much I think, probably most of you are better than me, if not all. Ain't nobody better than nobody, man, and we all just people, man. So that's how we need to treat each other. Trailhand Bill, man, reporting live from y'all got me about to say Chicago, South Florida, man. Tonight, Miami to be exact. Don't play with nobody. Don't play with cops. Don't disrespect people. Don't let nobody disrespect you. I'm out.
This bullshit charge. They didn't want to dismiss it, which is fine. But we're just gonna take it to trial and leave it like that. We're here in 161, home of the tyrants. Yeah, this car.
I gotta give him his props and respect though, man. If the order of these videos is correct, and I think it is, man, based on what he said. You didn't stand on it when he kept putting his hands on you, but as soon as you got out of them cells, man, you came right out of the courthouse to precinct and went right back to doing what you were doing when they accosted you. So I give you your props for that, man.
If I ain't breaking the law, you just a regular Joe like me.
Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe. I don't want to sound cocky like I'm just some superstar y'all waiting on my every move, but if you care to, keep an eye on the timeline and feed, man. I have the next video coming, man. My heart's so broke about it. They murdering babies, man, in New Mexico. America's law enforcement agents.
He was always very happy, always smiling and giggling.
On November 11th, 2023, Wyatt's father, William Franzoy, received a phone call he'll never forget.
An officer told me that my son didn't make it